Hey there, I hope you're having an amazing day and an amazing week. I just want to make this video to sort of build in public and be a little bit more transparent and open with where things are at and where things are headed. If you're new to this channel, we sell AI art on Etsy. I did this, and in my first year, I did $3,000 months, and I only worked a couple hours a week because I built an automation system to do 95% of the work, including cropping, mocking up, uploading, and then even automating the design process itself. We're improving these tools more and more. I used them myself for over a year at this point, and we're making some huge improvements. So I want to walk through them today because, yeah, some people might not be aware of exactly what we're doing, and it's some pretty game-changing stuff. So let's get into it. So in this video, I just want to walk through frame sets and bundles, the automation script changes related to this, and then some custom size stuff. So if you don't know what this means, that's all good. We're going to walk through it. Frame sets and bundles is a big update for this automation system, and I really think it's going to be a game changer. So these things, so first of all, NorthPrints is one of the biggest sellers on Etsy. To give you a little bit of background, if we go to their Everbee page, which is a research tool, their monthly revenue is $62,000 in monthly estimated revenue, which is just absolutely insane. This is just an estimate from this Everbee tool, but that is just absolutely wild. Even with whatever expenses, I mean, when you have a digital products business, your cost of goods sold is essentially zero. It's really just software subscriptions. So yeah, this is very aspirational. I know it was aspirational to me when I started, and yeah, the fact that I was even able to get to $3,000 months when I started, like, I'm by no means the best Etsy seller in the world. I might be one of the unique ones who is also a programmer and builds systems like this. But these guys are extremely aspirational, and we can learn a lot from them. So anyway, if we actually go to their listings tab, you can see their biggest listing in the last month is a bundle. So it's a Frame TV art set bundle. Let's click to view it on Etsy. So this TV summer collection, right? So Frame TV art, I have a whole different training on that if you want to go check it out. I'll link in the description. It's super thorough and it covers everything. But Frame TV art is huge on Etsy. It's essentially 4K images like these. And this is a bundle set of 12. So this is their biggest seller for the last month, okay? So on Etsy, you can only attach 5 files to a listing, like a product like this. However, this obviously has 12 different designs, and so what they do is they attach a PDF that is essentially just this nice looking document with a link to Google Drive or Dropbox that contains those files, those high resolution JPEGs, in a Dropbox folder or a Google Drive folder, okay? So with Frame TV, it's a little bit more straightforward, but if you did a printable set like this, each of these designs, you would have to include 5 or more sizes, like 11 by 14, 2 by 3, different aspect ratios that are very high res so that they could be printed out at home. So that's kind of the rundown of how bundles work. And the secret sauce here is that the margin, the profit margin on these is exponentially higher, like an order of magnitude higher than a regular print. Because whether you're advertising this and you make $1.60 per sale, or you're advertising this and you make $6.40 per sale, the advertising costs are the same for Etsy ads. It's just on one end you make this, and the other end you make $1.60. So if you can charge higher prices, the higher you can charge, the better, essentially, in this business, and really in any business. So yeah, here's another one right here, right? So okay, I'm rambling a little bit, but frame sets and bundles are huge, and this is just going to be a huge unlock because currently it's like totally manual. You have to make this mock-up manually, drag and dropping all these art designs into here, and then drag and dropping everything into the Google Drive folder, like pasting a link into a PDF, uploading it to this listing, and look at all this. Like, this is a lot of stuff to be dragging and dropping manually, okay? So I want to show you something. So with this automation script, if you're new, this automation script is called Tempest. It's a bulk processing script that works in Photoshop, and it crops, mocks up, and upscales all of your art. You don't need gigapixel AI or any stuff like that. It does it all for you automatically in the background. So if you've seen this before, it probably looks a little bit new. There's a frame bundle radio button here, and it says how many are in your folder. We'll walk through the folder in just a second. and you can either auto assign placement for images or manually assign. Okay, and what I mean by that is what we were just looking at here. We just have a giant pile of art, and then we have a couple mockups set up like this, and we're just going to let the script roll with it. Be like, you can put this one wherever you want, you can put this one wherever you want, and put it in one of these spots, put it in one of these spots, put it in one of these spots. Okay, so check this out. So auto assign, this part gets grayed out because it doesn't rename files, and we'll walk through that in a second. And then cropped images, mockups, and video can do all that stuff. And there's an advanced section too we'll walk through in just a second. But if I hit OK, it's just going to start kicking off, and it does a little bit of pre-processing to determine so it does some pre-processing to determine the orientation of all your art, because it needs to make sure it puts like a horizontal art design in the horizontal spot in the mockup, right? So it does a little bit of processing ahead. I'm probably sorry, I don't want you guys to look at all this annoying flashing, but you can see it's working really hard in the background doing all this stuff. And really what that means, instead of just a bunch of flashing, is that now in this frame bundles folder, it's starting to create mockups. Okay, so these are just a couple that I kind of set up ahead of time, but it's just randomly putting this big pile of art here. Let me show you. So in this input folder, I just have all this art, and it, like you can see, it was 99, 100, 103, 22, vertical, horizontal. Like, these are just a hodgepodge, random batch of art designs that I grabbed. And so I just sort of threw it in, and I said, hey, can you auto assign all these to my different mockups? And it said, sure. Open it big for you guys. Boom, boom. Make sure we'll put it in the right orientation. Absolutely. Boom, boom. So here's the big set, right? Boom, 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 boom. Everything's in the right orientation. And in fact, this is kind of a weird example where we had more in the input folder than 5. So it's still going to process all 8, I think there were, but the 5 just went in here, right? There were one like this, and then as you can see, it's currently cropping all these into whatever sizes we really want. But these are some common printable sizes. And then as you can see, whoops, dimensions. Look at these. So these are all very highly upscaled, super high res. You could print these in like 24 by 36 if you'd like, for like one like this. So yeah, really high res. And you can change these in a second, which I'll show you in our third bullet point. And so one thing it also does is it crunches the file name together, because there's going to be a new step. We're building in public. This is still in progress, but a bowl of ripe plums with 1/2 bitten on a garden. Okay, so it gets cut off because that was the file name we got. We just downloaded these right from Midjourney. But the reason it crunches these like this is that we're going to drag and drop all this stuff into Downpour, the bulk upload software, and it's going to use AI to analyze these and create really nice Google Drive folder names for your customers. Right when they click that PDF, they'll get dropped into a Google Drive folder, and they'll see a really nice folder name for this and this and this and this and this and this, instead of just seeing A, B, C, D, E, F, G or something, right? We want it to be very like human readable. So yeah, so stay tuned for that coming soon. But for now, I mean, so all these are filled with all of these different cropped and upscale designs. Our mockups are all done. And like, we didn't do anything. You saw what I did. We're kind of walking through it, but I just hit OK, and it did everything. So pretty slick. And then I guess since we're here, we could try walking through Downpour real quick. And we'll just do this live. But if you bulk upload these using the Google Drive method, which we just released a couple weeks ago, and now that this is unlocked, we're opening the floodgates to bundles, which is, yeah, just a huge profit margin booster. So I'm going to turn this on. I already have a thank you PDF. Awesome. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all my JPEGs here. I just want to get them in a nice row so I can screenshot them. Go like clear, go like this, go like that. This is reserved because we have a PDF. Clear those. Google Drive. Clear those. We only have 5, so I'm going to subtract a couple of these. Do my screenshot method. I'll just grab one of these random ones to do. This is just because we need to tell the app which file names to look for when we drag and drop these, because we could be dragging and dropping in 10 bundles of 10, right? So that's the whole point of the system, is that it's all automated and it's all kind of in bulk. Yeah, so that should be everything. So now if I go like this, so sorry, I'm going back a couple folders to my output folder in the script, and I'm just going to drag and drop it like this. And it's going to process every single file and check it out. So here's our listing mockups. So here's our listing mockups. They're all uploading, and then check it out. A, B, C. So it already splits these up into different folders, right? D, E, F, G, H, right? So all of the different cropped and upscaled images that we created are all going to get their own folder. It's all done automatically. It's all already processing. This is checked, so it's going to upload it right to Google Drive. And then the piece de resistance is I can click one of our reference images. Let's say we want to use this image number 4. Go like that. Auto generate. Let's see what it gives me. AI is currently pulling out its magnifying glass, looking at these pictures, really thinking, and then it comes back with vintage farmhouse printable wall art set of 5. Nailed it. Rustic fruit and floral art, country kitchen set decor, So it also looks at this, and this might have been a bad example because I called it fruit 5. So like I was kind of saying we would have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, so I think that's 8. But you get what I'm saying. Like in reality, you'd probably only have 5 here, or you could have more, in which case maybe the folder you would call something different. So when you set this up, you go into your input folder, and instead of input files, it's input folders, right? So, and it renames these, by the way. So this is indexed at B for bundle 1, but I could have called it fruit 8 or something, right? Because there were 8 in here, but that's all good. And oh yeah, so it's already uploading to Google Drive. I'm going too fast. So the purple means it's uploading to Google Drive. And if I go like this to open up my little folder, so you can see we're in the B bundles section. I'll go back to my like shop folder that this software Downpour makes for you. B bundles, the same file name. Now here's our shareable folder with the nice name for people to see. This is where they get delivered to right here. And now this is the part where we're going to use AI. So currently, building a public, we're just showing the exact file name or exact folder name right here. But we're going to use AI to clean these up, and it's going to be awesome. But even then, I mean, this isn't horrible. And they're all just uploaded. So you would get delivered right to this folder if you bought this listing, and here'd be all your art, right? Super easy. And the reason I wanted to include these because if it's just A, B, C, D, E, F, you're like, what the heck? Maybe you only wanted a couple of the art designs to print out, but now if you see like sliced watermelon, you're like, oh, okay, like I get it, right? Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. We can click this, so it just created our PDF, and I just was using this template that I love, Redwood Prints. Thank you. Click this link. Let's see if it works. It does. So test Redwood Prints B1 for bundle. Here's all our files. It's just that same folder we were just on. So yeah, pretty slick. That's the automation script plus the Downpour software. So this is all coming along really, really well. I think we'll, today's July 21st. I think we'll have this dropped probably by the end of the month. So I'm super excited about that. I'll make a more dedicated training walking through this entire thing. But I just wanted you guys to see it in action as I'm kind of building it. So the last piece of this is custom sizes too. So one thing that's new with the Tempest script, if I run it up again like this. So there's memory, there's frame bundles. We could do this manually assign, and I'll show you that in a different video. This is pretty cool. It creates this ranking workflow where you can assign the art to different spots, and then it commits it to memory the next time you run it. So it's pretty slick. But I just want to show you this. So advanced, right? So there's now a checkbox saying make sure exported JPEG stay under 20 megabytes. This was if you're doing the direct to Etsy method where you attach 5 JPEGs to Etsy, this has to be checked because 20 megabytes is the limit. But you can uncheck it, and then you could make like your 2x3.jpg. You could make it like giant, right? This isn't the right ratio anymore, but like, you see what I'm saying? It could be crazy. You can pretty much do whatever you want. And these radio buttons are to control which one's which. You can hit save to commit it to memory. Um, you can X these out if you want to make less. You can add a row if you wanted to add more. Um, yeah. So this is a pretty cool update. I think this is really going to be kind of this Tempest script 2.0 when this drops in the next couple days / weeks. Yeah, so super exciting stuff. And like I said, I really think this is going to. I think this is going to be a game changer. The Google Drive step was step 1, and I think this bundle step is going to be a big step 2. And then we're just going to clean the rest of the stuff up over time. There are a couple other features that we want to add, like automated description writing with AI, and a couple other like file name cleanup updates. So yeah, a lot of really exciting stuff. So if you're just tuning in now, like these are exciting times for the AI art businesses on Etsy and this automation system as a whole. And if you're curious, I mean, the place to go for these is the AI Art Sellers Collective on School. You can click the link in the description. We have a ton of sellers just hitting huge wins, automating, posting. Yeah, and like there's a full course on everything. There's the entire access to the automation system that you can get right now. This new bundle feature is going to drop in the next few weeks. Yeah, custom templates for size charts and stuff like that. So yeah, just everything you need to get started and scale to essentially where I got $3,000 months or even higher, maybe $60,000 months like NorthPrints. It just kind of all depends on the art designs you make and how well they fit the marketplace of Etsy and the ecosystem. But I really believe anyone can make this business work. AI art isn't going away. In fact, it's only going to get bigger and seep into other aspects of the world and e-commerce. And yeah, it's just exciting times. So thank you so much for watching. Click the link below to join the community if you're not in there already. I'd highly recommend it. I'm in there every day answering questions and just chatting and hanging out and having fun. We do like almost $200 in giveaways every month for AI art design competitions. So yeah, it's just fun and cool, and everyone's making money at the same time. Like it's a real business. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty slick setup. School.com is one of the coolest websites out there. And I'm just so grateful that it exists in the time that I wanted to kind of make these tools public and share what I learned over a year and a half of selling. I guess it's almost like 2 years now, but yeah, okay, I'm rambling, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.